Today I'm gonna talk about biomes of Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. There are 10 biomes in the game with their own distinct architecture, color scheme, and a set of enemies. I'm not gonna include few of them as I consider them lacking content to be overviewed. For example, Kushan's Fight. It serves to be an intro area teaching you how to play this game. So let's start from the city. It's a core area of Mount Kuf. You will spend a lot of time coming back to Lower City to visit a shop, improve amulets, and talk with Fariba and Artaban. It extends into the Upper City, and they both share the architectural ideas. Almost everything around consists of mud brick. This material reminded me of Egyptian pyramids. They would greatly fit this area. Based on that, light brown is the primary color for this biome. You will find a full range of enemies, starting from the weakest skeletons to the most annoying archers with fire arrows. This kinda makes sense, as you will become more powerful while progressing throughout the game. Few open spots allow you to enjoy mountain peaks in the background, and to use an elevator, which, by the way, doesn't follow Einstein's principle of relativity. Hyrcanian Forest is a greenish area located in the center-east of Mount Kuf. It is the first biome we face after the main city area, and it changes the game impression immediately. You have been in the city, but a few steps forward, you are deeply in the forest without any signs of civilization. In the background, we usually see roots of trees, stones, and collapsing pillars. Here you first encounter warriors from the Hyrcanian tribe. Later in the plot, we will find how the Hyrcanian tribe, which had been living there in harmony, fell under the influence of Kiana. It's even mentioned that she bring bright and paradisiac colors. I bet it's a reference to a purple color spreading around the forest. It serves here as the color of danger and will try to damage you everywhere. Spike vines, which you shouldn't touch, are purple. Exploding orbs will pop with purple. And even wild boars will spit on you with some kind of poison, which also is purple. Contrary to this, green is the main dominant color, and it's the complementary color to purple, according to the color wheel. Most of the objects which don't harm you have a green color, so is the ambience. And the most fascinating things in the forest, in my opinion, giant leaves. They bring a platforming element with a fancy touch to gaming in this area. They hide a few moments later if you touch them. It's an amazing design decision which connects utility functions of disappearing platforms with the game context of leaves in the forest. Now let's explore the depth area. The depths serve to be a technical area below the main citadel. It's an area where you don't want to spend your time. It's dark, enemies are annoying, everything is trying to poison you. Didn't notice a pipe? Get poisoned. Misjudged your dash length? Get poisoned. Forget to parry? Get poisoned. This area is boring AF. Traps are basic and mostly consist of grinder rollers. Maybe getting there the first time has some suspense, but it disappears really quickly. So let's jump to the catacombs. Catacombs are an extension of the depths. However, it has significant differences from any other area. It's the only area in the game with long, narrow corridors. It is also really dark, so you get a companion which lights your route. It's better to avoid bumping into disgusting sphincter doors, which try to shit on you. In the background, we can see different holes where enemies hide. Lots of smelly sludge is spread here and there. Main dominant color of this area is brown. Even though this area is super unique, I can't say I do enjoy being there. Which I can say about the next area, Sacred Archives. Religion, medicine, astrology, geometry, algebra. All knowledge was gathered here, accessible to all. It is an indoor area. We are visiting a temple of knowledge with sophisticated automatic staircases. In the background, we see other layers of the temple with massive columns in a pretty good condition. It seems that sacred archives are much larger compared to what is available to us. It also contains tons of scrolls. Everything is built from the stone and is pretty well preserved. Even the lifts are still working. White and gray colors are dominant for this area. Stone is gray. Mad alchemists and jailers wear gray robes. And it's time to see a pit of eternal sands. Yellow is the primary color of this area. Sand is everywhere. All corridors and surroundings are covered with sand. It produces columns which can be used to get higher. Your enemies can attack you from the sand. You will find yourself either in an open area with other buildings in the background, or in the caves with lots of red crystals which make you perform a lot of platforming. In the caves you will find immortal bugs who can destroy blocked paths for you. Enemies are annoying there, but not so much as in the next area, Sunken Harbor. In this biome you will find more traps than any other part of the game. It has everything. Arrows shooting on you from the walls, fallen spikes, massive spiky logs, infinite bombs, and, of course, sneaky hiding pirates which can be seen until you come close enough. I died numerous times lurking in this area. By looking into the architecture, it feels that we are in an old village, which is located not far away from the sea. We see a lot of ropes, wooden stairs, elevators for heavy goods, and waterfalls in the background. Light in the indoor area is mostly coming from torches. Apart from the pirates, we will face crabs. It proves that we are close to the water. I enjoy traversing this area. And now, we have arrived at the most unusual and scenic locations in the game. The Raging Sea. Curse made the sea frozen in time. When traversing this area, we either explore it in the open outdoors area of the frozen sea or indoors of the massive collapsing ships, which were also frozen in the middle of the battle. The curse forced fire and wooden elements on ships to freeze. In the background, we see other battleships and deeper sea areas. Then we find a way to make water alive again, and this transforms the background to be active and moving. This adds more dynamic, and I'm happy Ubisoft made it this way. If we are talking about enemies, those are mostly sea creatures, jellyfish of different types, sea infernals, and sea ghosts. Main color of this area is deep blue, almost gray. This is probably one of my favorite biomes. It's full of cold and whiteness. We are in the mountains. It's the Tower of Silence. We reached this area after getting all Seamorph powers and Fabric of Time in particular, so it is the most enjoyable biome for exploring. You are jumping around and flying the sky. You feel full freedom of movement here. Also, Sargon's area of view is expanded. We wouldn't be able to find the next anchor point without that. This is an interesting biome. You will face falling giant rocks. You will be able to open bridges and control strange elevators. And challenging platforming will be rewarded with new Xerxes. Primary color of this location is blue. You will see lots of eyes of different forms, from tiny icicles to massive ice walls. Almost every enemy in this location will try to freeze you. Even the weakest guardians can freeze you if you will not be careful enough. This is my favorite area in terms of pleasure of movement. If I would have to pick 3 best biomes, those would be Tower of Silence, Raging Sea, Hyrcanian Forest. What biomes were your favorite ones when you played and why? Share your thoughts in the comments. I would be curious to know your opinion.